Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. It is Twilight Friday. We have 10 races to look at. Pete Aiello's got those track and weather conditions.
10 races on the Friday program in South Florida today with picture-perfect weather conditions for horse racing. Temperatures in the upper 80s, a bit of a cloudy sky, but it was a sunny day. And the first of the day over the turf at 5 furlongs. Claimers in for $16,000. Field of 11 signed on. We start the day off with a wide-open betting race. Racing at Gulfstream. Slow start for Union Grace, 4 lengths last. Quick start for In His Image, who blast out to take the lead. I'm Cardinal on the outside, has speed from second. Pioneer Pete is away in the top flight. He'll land third, followed by Stoneheart. Then to the far outside, My Point Exactly, Mr. French between horses. Barabbas Key is next with Sherpa toward the rail. Third last is All About Yasom. Smiling Mason is second last, and Union Grace is last of all as they fly around the far turn. In His Image and Jesus Rios calling the shots with a 2-length lead. I'm Cardinal, the nearest pursuer, second. From the outside, My Point Exactly, joint third alongside Mr. French. Ducking to the inside is Pioneer Pete ahead of Stoneheart, then Sherpa, and they're at the top of the stretch. In His Image wheels off the turn, 2.5 on top. I'm Cardinal to the attack second, Sherpa up the inside third. Late run down the center from Mr. French. I'm Cardinal trying to track down In His Image with Sherpa between. In His Image and I'm Cardinal. In His Image, I'm Cardinal. I'm Cardinal. I'm Cardinal in the shadow of the wire, nailed In His Image with Sherpa back third in 56-1. Upset winner of today's first race in narrow fashion, given to number 8, I'm Cardinal, who runs down the 7 In His Image in deep stretch to get the money under Raylu Gutierrez for trainer Georgina Baxter and owners Black and White Express of Averill Racing Stable. To the second race, and race number 2 was the start of your early pick 4. 7 furlongs over the main track, maiden claimers in for $20,000. Scratch the 7 Raindrops, Drop Tops. A field of 6. Off-time favorites included 3 Rosetta's Gift and 4 Country Strong. And they're off. While Pichu away well, moving between horses, Country Strong is up the challenge, and in between that pair is Cool Sky. Down at the inside, it's Lloydley. Second last away is Rosetta's Gift, and the early trailer is Tapete Claire. The speed of the speed is Cool Sky and Marcos Meneses, who shake free to a 2-length lead. Country Strong second, La Pichu third. Tapete Claire looks for room toward the rail under Jorge Perez. Tapete Claire all the way up into a joint third. At the back of the field, Rosetta's Gift and Lloydley. 23-2 for a reasonable opening quarter speed. The leader is Cool Sky, a length and a quarter. Tapete Claire has been on this big move. She's all the way up into second, inside of Country Strong. Rosetta's Gift gets started 3 wide. Second last is Lloydley. La Pichu has called it a day with 3/8 of a mile to go. Up front, Cool Sky's had everything her own way. She leads the way 3/4 of a length. Tapete Claire going to try to thread the needle one more time. This time she has to tap on the brakes. Back to second is Rosetta's Gift. Back to third, Country Strong. Tapete Claire tries to gather her momentum again. Out wide is Lloydley with a 1/4 mile left to go. Marcos Meneses and Cool Sky fresh up top, 18-1 and 3 on top. Tapete Claire toward the rail is now a joint second alongside Country Strong down the center and Lloydley, but the upset is on, and the opening quarter is the difference maker here. It's all about Cool Sky and Marcos Meneses to spring the upset at 18-1. They won with something to spare by 5 in the end. Up second was Lloydley, third was Tapete Claire, then Country Strong and Rosetta's Gift. Upset winners in both halves of today's early daily double. It was a big price of number 5, Cool Sky, who made the lead and got left alone up front, going very slow early. She had something in the tank when confronted and gets the maiden diploma under jockey Marcos Meneses for trainer Chuck Simon and owner and breeder Isabel de Tomaso. Second, number 2, Lloydley, and third was number 1, Tapete Claire.
Welcome to my playground. To my playground. To my playground. You wanna play nice, here we go. To my playground.
Back now for race number 3 on the program. A start of another pick 3, 7 furlongs the journey. Claimers in for a price tag of $6,250. A field of 7 signed on. Favorites were number 4, Spin Cycle, and number 6, Jaden's Best. And they're off. Good start for Jaden's Best from the outside, moving out the rail. That's Tiger Blood to show speed. My Charming Clyde, the 11-year-old, taken in hand by Shano to race in third early. From fourth, it's Spin Cycle. Out wide is Podashan. The two back markers are Gun Carriage and Cyber Josh. Down the backstretch they go, and Tiger Blood kicks clear to a 2-length lead. Jaden's Best, the nearest pursuer, second. Spin Cycle on the outside, third. My Charming Clyde is racing from fourth, 4 better than Podashan, then Cyber Josh and Gun Carriage. Opening quarter, not fast, 23-2, well within the scope of Tiger Blood, who's a half mile from home and a length and a half on top. Jaden's Best is second, Spin Cycle is third. My Charming Clyde is still in the hunt from fourth. Gap of 5 to Podashan, then Gun Carriage and Cyber Josh. 3/8 of a mile away. The leader is Tiger Blood. Jaden's Best turning up the pressure. Second, Spin Cycle 3 wide, and third from Ruiz. A gap of 2.5. Whip riding fourth is My Charming Clyde trying to get a move on. Then it's a gap of another 5 to Podashan with a quarter of a mile left to go. They went 46-3 for an opening half mile in the wrap, the top of the stretch. Jaden's Best and Carmona come away with the lead. Tiger Blood is second down the outside and Spin Cycle, then My Charming Clyde. The rest of the field after that with less than an eighth to go. Jaden's Best has the lead. Spin Cycle is second and lunging late. Jaden's Best, Spin Cycle, Jaden's Best in front. Spin Cycle was second, Tiger Blood was third, then My Charming Clyde and Gun Carriage. Gin 123-4.
Number 6, Jaden's Best, stalks the pace and overhauls the leader turning for home, holding on for a game victory under apprentice Kevin Carmona for trainer Herbert Miller and owner Marcus Knight. 4, Spin Cycle second, 1, Tiger Blood, who was the early pace setter, had to settle for third. We move now to the fourth race of the day, 1 mile over the turf, allowance optional claiming horses, and for a price tag of $62,500. This was a nice race. Scratch the 5 and the 9, a field of 7. Favorites were 1, Galleon Mast, and 4, Croy.
And they're up. From the center, Croy blasts out to take a clear advantage. No pace pressure early for him as Conquest Big E and Diamond Bachelor move to challenge. One of a kind now marches between horses to secure a secure racing room. Galleon Mast is in tight toward the rail alongside Tropicat, and the early trailer is DeRocher. They race into the first turn, and up front, it's Croy in front 3/4 of a length, but there goes Conquest Big E up on the outside to inject some pace in second. One of a kind is third, and down toward the rail with Diamond Bachelor following along fourth. Back to fifth is Tropicat ahead of DeRocher, and the trailer is Galleon Mast. They race into the backstretch now, and up front, Conquest Big E on the outside toward the inside, Croy, their heads apart. Third is inside running One of a Kind. Back to fourth is Diamond Bachelor, then Tropicat and DeRocher, and Miguel Vasquez is last aboard the favorite Galleon Mast behind a 24-1 opening quarter speed. Less than 5 furlongs to run, and up front, Croy, let out a notch by Jaramillo, moves to a 2-length lead. From the outside, Conquest Big E second, One of a Kind is racing in third. Tropicat moves throughout the rail to be fourth. Diamond Bachelor is retreating. DeRocher is 3 wide, and Vasquez trying to ride the rail with Galleon Mast. He has rail position with traffic to overcome as they round the far turn. Less than 3/8 of a mile to go. Croy, fresh up top and leads the way, but only narrowly. Here's One of a Kind launching an attack on the outside second. Galleon Mast finds his best stride and comes on next. There's 1/8 of a mile to go. Croy leads 2.5. One of a Kind is second. Galleon Mast toward the rail is third. Back to fourth and Tropicat. Less than 1/8 to go. Croy still in front. Galleon Mast trying to knife between. Croy, Galleon Mast, and One of a Kind. 3-way photo. Really, really close. Croy inside. 4 outside. One of a Kind. Galleon Mast between. It's too close to call, and 135 flat.
Well, today's fourth race looked like it would be a good one, and it did not disappoint as 3 noses hit the wire almost together, with number 4, Croy, holding on for a narrow decision under jockey Misael Jaramillo for trainer Armando de la Cerda and the Midwest Thoroughbreds. In the bob, number 3, One of a Kind, gets second ahead of the 1, Galleon Mast, who ran out of racetrack and had to settle for third. We moved now to the 5th race of the day and the start of the Rainbow Six, maiden claimers at 5 furlongs. These are 2-year-old fillies in for $12,500. A field of 8 signed on. The favorites were 2, Distinctly Blue, and 8, Awesome Friday.
And they're off. Awesome Friday and Marvelous Judas, both a step slow to get going. It was a good start for Distinctly Blue from down toward the inside, and she's up to take a clear advantage. Up on the outside, Quick and Wild Coco, 4 wide crosswind Katie. In the 2-path is Madeline's Dancer as these 4 move away. They've opened 4 on Awesome Friday, who's around Flash Proud Wild, then Boot Scoot and Shuffle, and the trailer is Marvelous Judith. Around the far turn they go with 5/16 left to negotiate. Toward the inside, Distinctly Blue holds the inside edge in a narrow lead. Crosswind Katie issues the challenge on the outside second. These 2 have moved 3.5 lengths clear of Madeline's Dancer third, then Awesome Friday and Quick and Lucky Coco, and they're at the top of the stretch. Opening up again, Distinctly Blue, shaken up by Shane Laviolette and kicking clear now. Distinctly Blue finishing up nicely here. She's opened 6 or 7 and she's still moving away. It's all about Distinctly Blue for Dennis Ward and Shane Laviolette. They're wrapped up winners, geared down in the end and still 7 or 8 on top. Madeline's Dancer second, Crosswind Katie third, then Awesome Friday and Quick and Wild Coco in 59-1.
Number 2, Distinctly Blue, responds to the drop in class with an eye-catching and easy victory. Even though this was a 12-5 maiden race, she's one to look out for when she tackles winners, as Shane Laviolette geared down the daughter of With Distinction for trainer Dennis Ward and owner Edward Schuster. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you a full field on the turf. Maiden claimers race 1 mile to start the Pick 5 right after this.
And Gulfstream is pulling away. Gulfstream blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Gulfstream kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Back now for race number 6 on the program, the start of today's late Pick 5, 1 mile over the turf. Maiden claimers in for a price tag of $35,000. Scratch the 13 Majestic Luna, a field of 12. Favorites included 6 Grand Paraiso and 7 Bradshaw.
And they're off. Braking very slowly and coming out without a rider was Sky D. The 3 is out of the race. Good start inside for Channeled by the Wind, who's fired up to take the lead. Up on his outside is Grand Paraiso to be second early. Bradshaw taken in hand. He'll land third. San Diego Slugger has dropped over to the inside to race from 4th. And to the outside goes Tangible. Right behind him in mid-flight early is Longshot 2-Step Slew. It's a gap of 2.5 to Pointier, who's 3.5 clear of Karaman Chand. Then it's a length and a half toward the rail. That's Starship Fonzie. Another 2 lengths back to the outside, and Casey Can missed, and the trailer is Sir Jack. Again, unseating the rider at the start was the 3, Sky D. 23-3 for the opening quarter speed. Channeled by the Wind has the lead by a neck. On the outside, Grand Paraiso second, Bradshaw third, San Diego Slugger at the rail is 4th. Back to 5th and trying to improve is Tangible. Racing on his outside is 2-Step Slew. Out 4 wide and Asta Quicken is Pointier. It's a gap of another 6 or 7 to Karaman Chand. Then comes Casey Kiss Me. It's another 2.5 lengths to Starship Fonzie and 3 to the trailer, Sir Jack. They start to string out over a lot of ground, and up front, it's still the big long shot Channeled by the Wind and Luca Panici, who put away Grand Paraiso. Bradshaw needs to get moving. San Diego Slugger is next. If there's a danger to the leader, it might be Tangible on the outside as he starts to get underway, and there's less than 3/16 to go. Up front, Channeled by the Wind, clear by 3.5. Tangible taking up the slack second, back to third, Bradshaw, then San Diego Slugger. Here's Tangible lifting late, and Tangible and Edgard Zayas will win going away. Channeled by the Wind second, Bradshaw third, then San Diego Slugger and Grand Paraiso in 137-3.
Upset winner of today's 6th race, it was number 10, Tangible, who lunged late to get the victory under strong handling from Edgard Zayas, trainer Antonio Sano, and Apico Properties. Second, number 2, Channeled by the Wind, and third was number 7, Bradshaw. We go now to the 7th race of the day and start the late Pick 4, 5.5 furlongs of the journey. Claimers in for $12,500. A field of 8 went to the gate. Hammered to the betting favorite was number 2, Alustra.
And they're off. Picture perfect beginning. Good start from between horses for 40 fathoms. Sent hard at the rail as Torchbearer to be part of the pace, and Torchbearer will have the lead. 40 Fathoms is second. Alustra is at the rail in third. Elvis Cole in the red between horses. Farther out in Lovingard Simar. Widest of all, U.S. Soldier, who's going to try to drop in. Duke of Miami taps on the brakes, and the trailer is Resident. Around the far turn they go, less than 3 furlongs to run. 22-2 for a quarter speed. Torchbearer and Roberto Alvarado Jr. with the advantage. Second is 40 Fathoms. Elvis Cole is third. Alustra is now fourth from the outside. Lovingard Simar. Leonel Reyes trying to find some racing room for U.S. Soldier, with Duke of Miami doing him no favors in that regard. Resident is at the back as they run for home. With the advantage, it's Torchbearer off the turn with into the clear. Alustra charging now and toward the inside. It's Resident from last, who starts to roll home. Also alongside in 40 Fathoms with U.S. Soldier, final eighth of a mile. Alustra kicking away. Alustra on the board at even money, and that's easy money. Alustra will win it, and win it easy. Duke of Miami up second, then 40 Fathoms third in 104-3.
Number 2, Alustra, was 5-1 on the morning line, but was hammered to an even money favorite. That was some smart money as the son of Gone Astray powers the victory in his first start against winners. Under jockey Miguel Vasquez for trainer Terry Pompey, who's quietly having a very nice summer season. The owners of Alustra, My Purple Haze Stables. To the 8th race now on turf at 1 mile. A full field here. 12 of them go for a purse of $24,000. These were claimers in for $16,000. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Good start for Two-Step Alpha. Down on the inside, Remember the Main has some speed. Away in the top flight is Rumbago. Up on the outside goes Spanish Dude. Spanish Dude is challenging for the control. Down at the inside is Can't Take It With You. Alongside Ox Bro. Working a bit wide on that first turn is Big Clue. Big Clue's 3 lengths off the lead while 4 wide. Saving ground at the rail is Steel Beach. Then in between horses goes Keppel Bay. Irish Letters is 3 wide. It's a length and a half back to Two-Step Alpha, third last. Second last is Without Remorse, and the trailer is Noble Soldier. They settle into the backstretch run now, and on the inside it's Rumbago in front by a head. Without Remorse is the nearest pursuer second. Racing up on the inside and now a joint third, that's Remember the Main. Held up between horses goes Ox Bro. Out 3 wide on the course is Big Clue. That's a length and a half back to Can't Take It With You, who's toward the rail. Outside of him is Irish Letters. Keppel Bay losing his spot. He's now dropped better than 8 lengths off the lead. Without Remorse is next and going to try an inside lane ahead of Steel Beach. Noble Soldier trying to get underway with Two-Step Alpha as they round the far turn. Rumbago now moves to a length and a half lead. Up into second, Remember the Main. Big Clue 3 wide third. Can't Take It With You had driven fourth. Back to fifth, and Irish Letters running home a bit. Without Remorse is up to sixth. Starts to get a move on while 5 wide, and they're at the top of the stretch. Rumbago cuts the corner and has a narrow lead. Remember the Main to the attack is second. Can't Take It With You swung to the center to punch home. Down the outside, Irish Letters and Without Remorse. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. Remember the Main surges at Rumbago. Rumbago inside. Remember the Main on the outside. Remember the Main and Rumbago. Photo finish. Heads up and down. Rumbago on the inside. Remember the Main on the outside. Then Can't Take It With You in 136-1.
Tight decision in today's 8th race. The win goes to number 3, Rumbago, but the stewards changed that win as number 3, Rumbago, was guilty of interference in the concluding stages, drifting out into the path of the 2, Remember the Main. Given there was only an inch and a half between them, the stewards ruled that number 3, Rumbago, be disqualified from first and moved to second, so Remember the Main gets the money under Jonathan Gonzalez for Smith Ranch Stables. Trainer Louis Ramirez.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm. From the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
Back now for race number 9 on the program. First half of the Lake Daily Double. 5.5 furlongs to the journey. Starter allowance, optional claiming horses. Price tag here was $35,000. We had a mixture of fillies and colts of the 2-year-old variety here. 8 to the gate. It was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Slow to go was Midtown Rose. She was a length last. Quick to start, it was inside running Passionate Hachi who goes right for the lead. Look at Midtown Rose. She was the one off last, and she's now in front. So Midtown Rose puts the pedal to the metal early and goes to the half-mile pole on top by a neck. Mozo Bello counterpunches from the inside second. Mrs. Cruz is now third. Passionate Hachi was away in the top flight, but is back to fourth. Down inside, She's Unbridled, followed three wide by Venezuelan Pegasus. Banco Negro is last as they round the far turn. Up on the outside, Midtown Rose at the 5/16 widens to a length advantage. Mrs. Cruz is back to second. Up on the inside, Mozo Bello is third. Passionate Hachi swung to the center and begins to make ground. Two better than Venezuelan Pegasus, and they're at the top of the stretch. Off the turn on the stretch drive, Midtown Rose has the lead by almost two now. From the outside, Mrs. Cruz now starts to get to her toward the rail, and Mozo Bello. Here's Mrs. Cruz out to take the lead from Midtown Rose, who's back to second, but boxing on as they come to the finish. It's Mrs. Cruz to win it. Second was Midtown Rose in a game effort ahead of Mozo Bello third, then Venezuelan Pegasus and Passionate Hachi.
We had a late scratch here of number 5, Corn Off the Cob in race number 9. Favoritism went to 6, Mozo Bello, but the win went to number 8, Mrs. Cruz, and a strong ride from jockey Jesus Rios for trainer Mike Yates and Shady Brook Farm and Richard Thompson. Number 7, Midtown Rose, ran a huge race after blowing the start. She got second ahead of the 6, Mozo Bello, who ran third. To the 10th and final race now, maiden claimers over the turf at 5 furlongs in for a price tag of $12,500. Scratch the 13, 14, 15, and 16. Heavily favored, number 6, Gorbachev.
And runners away. Good start out wide for War Agent and Crest of Eden. They're the first two to begin. Moving out the rail, Warpipe has speed. These three speed along ahead of the final race favorite, Gorbachev, who races on to take fourth. Back to fifth and out wide on the course is Swami Genius. Then comes Jingle Bells inside an Elogio. Two back to David's Boy, racing ahead of Armonico. Then Miss Patty. The three at the back are ABG Guerrero on the inside, and Miss Patty with at the back of the field Run for the Cup. Around the far turn, they went on opening quarter in 21 and 2. That's all for Crest of Eden. Having the lead now is War Agent, 3 parts of length. Warpipe battles right back second and swung to the center. Gorbachev third. He's driven and not really gaining. Here's Jingle Bells trying to knife between horses down the outside, and David's Boy. This is completely up for grabs. The favorite's been defeated. It's Warpipe in front. Jingle Bells charging hard toward the inside, and Jingle Bells and Romero Mirage have the lead. It's Christmas in August. Jingle Bells wins. Warpipe was second. Miss Patty third in 56 and 4.
Number 6, Gorbachev hits the wall inside the final quarter of a mile. The victory goes to number 5, Jingle Bells. With a little spirit in his step, gets the maiden diploma under jockey Romero Mirage for trainer John Fennessy and owner Claire Walker. Number 1, Warpipe ran well while second, ahead of number 4, Miss Patty, who came from well back to get up for third. We'll have carryovers in the Super High 5 and the Rainbow 6 tomorrow with a 12-race card and a 12:45 first pose.
And that wraps up Friday's action. We're back here on Saturday with a 12-race card. Mark down our first race post, 12:45 p.m. And we got stakes action, the barely even, so it's going to be a fun day. Boy, you got to be at Gulfstream Park.